Thank you, Shrutik, for such introduction. Students, today I am here to deliver a lecture to you on corporate crime. This particular lecture series may take to more 3 or 4 days. In that particular lecture series, we will discuss the different type of corporate crimes, its nature, its scope, what types of their crime, what are the insurance fraud, what are the certain corporate frauds. We will all discuss this kind of detailed discussion during our lectures. So we'll start today by basics of corporate crime, so we can mark this as a introduction to the corporate crime. So before start, as Shrutik said, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Jash Trivedi. I am founder and managing director of JKTA Research Center. In our research center, we generally used to do certain research work. We used to provide forensic consultancy, depends upon the client to client, and also we used to conduct security audits of the various industries. So this makes me give me more detail to you guys, like which kind of corporate crimes we are dealing while we are doing security audit, or sometimes corporate security, corporate forensic field, when certain crimes or the client approach us for some consultancy to their particular corporate sector, the crimes take place. So we'll all discuss this kind of things in our today's lecture. Today's lecture majorly involve the types of the crimes introduction, that what is corporate crime. So we'll today very general class of the basics of corporate crimes. So without wasting much time of you guys, we'll start with the introduction part. Yes, so introduction will start with the definition, that what is corporate crime. So in a very general way, what we can understand, that corporate crimes is committed by a business entity or whole company sometimes, or maybe an individual acting on behalf of business. For an example, if I will take example of my research center. So we as a research center, if we done some crime, some fraud, maybe some more economic offense, so that can be considered as a crime, corporate crime committed by the business entity. But in any case, as an individual, but not all organization, but if individually I am doing some kind of crime, so that will be considered as an individual acting on behalf of business, it's doing a corporate crime. So it's very general term that corporate crime is also known as a white collar crime. uh, for an example, we'll take some example of corporate crimes, that maybe bribery, or the it's very common in the government. But I would like to give you that, maybe surprise you, that the bribery in the corporate field, it's way far bigger than the government scandals. In the corporate field, the bribery used to be there. Environment violation, as I mentioned earlier, that corporate crimes, that may be crime committed by the individual or maybe corporate company as a whole. So sometimes government has settled the amount of pollution to all the industries which are dealing with the chemical industry, that may be biological industry, whatnot. So as a company, you need to be following some rules which is given by the government, that maybe you need to maintain your industry. You are not allowed to pollute the air a given percentage. And if you are doing so, you are also doing a corporate crime. This also can be considered as you are violating the environmental laws. Okay. Also, one of the big example of corporate crime is that when you go for you want to do some business or you want to do some construction, you need to take care of permission from the government that that particular land is non-agricultural land, because in agriculture land you can't do commercial construction. So what company used to do, they used to create forged document or the forged surveys of particular companies that this particular land is non-agriculture, but in a very real time it's a very agricultural land. So it's again a crime. It's also falls under environmental crime. We can consider this as a corporate crime also. Again, false claim. What false claim are, the corporate, in the corporate field, what we used to do, we used to reimburse the expenditure is take place by the employer for the purpose of that office work. In that particular case, if the employer is submitting the false bill, or sometimes expenditure 100 rupees ka hua hai, but you are submitting the bill of 500 rupees, so that again you are making false claim by manipulating the original amount. Maybe sometime you are creating a fake bills, so that again falls under corporate crime as a false claim. Corporate fraud, you are misguiding, you are doing misleading information. For an example, we can take example as a Bisleri is a very good company who provide you the water bottles, but sometime when you go to the market, Bisleri and this kind of the water companies are available. So what they are doing, they are doing a corporate crime. You are using that particular kind of name of that particular company, and you're doing this kind of forgery, that particularly forgery. If you're doing someone, you are taking someone's logo, misprint on your document, and you are trying to do this kind of fraud with the customers, you are manipulating them, you are misleading them. So this again falls under the corporate crimes. Okay, now there are certain impacts, like what impact on the society, on the public at large, that we will discuss later on. We have kept it one part for that particular impact on corporate crime, so that we will discuss on upcoming slide. So in the previous slide we have understand that what corporate crime the thing is. Now we need to understand what is the purpose, what the person used to do this kind of corporate crime. In a particular criminal crime, the motto is very clear. That would be a mens rea, that may be a motive to kill someone or theft in particular place, and that may be actus reus, where you act to do and you complete that particular your mens rea. So there is clear demarcation that will be a mens rea, and that upon that particular mens rea to act that particular crime, you will do that actus reus, and that's how a whole crime takes place. But in this particular what will you say, corporate crime, so we need to understand what's the mens reus, matlab what is the motive behind doing this kind of corporate crime. So that will be considered as a purpose. So what will be the purpose? The purpose may be to gain the profit. Now the definition of profit will be different from person to person. For an example, for me the profit may be money, but sometimes for other person that profit may be you are doing, मतलब कंपनी मुझे अच्छी सैलरी नहीं देती, मैं भी उनका खराब करूंगा, that may be profit. But that will be your choice, that will be your ideology, or your thinking, your thought process. That may be a totally different thing. So that's why I'm saying that profit is a term, but the definition of that profit maybe depends upon person to person. Now power. If a particular person wants to remain in power, want to be a power, or want to remove any person from that power, that you are doing a corporate crime. or you, that will be the purpose or the motive behind you are doing this kind of crime. Or that may be competitive advantage in particular, like in the India, if you want to start any kind of business, there will be very competition. So to remain in that competition and being remain in that particular competition, you will be doing such kind of activities, or shortcuts. That will be some shortcuts. So that all shortcuts, if that particular shortcut is harming someone's company's that maybe you are hiring them any way possible that you can do, that maybe in a social, मतलब you are doing mismarketing of them, you are harming them by economically, है ना. So that may be many terminology how you can harm any other, and you can remain in that particular power, or maybe you are gaining some profit and becoming in that particular competitive market. So that will be the purpose, that maybe we can understand as a man serious. So like that is the motive to a person to do a corporate crime. Now what will be the impact? So the when go for you are doing some corporate crime, so that will be impactful to the society at large. You are doing some more thing to, you are hating, you are changing the whole scenario of your economy, you are disturbing the economy, and that may be also environmental consequences. For an example, in the very earlier side, I gave you example of the agriculture land. So if you are committing a crime by demarking a agriculture land to a non-agriculture land. So what you are doing, you are doing that particular thing. You are harming one with the farmer, that maybe you are doing something bad for them. So this is how the impact of corporate crimes to the society will take place. Now, how this particular crime will be take place? As we have earlier discussed, that may be in a criminal way, that will be mens res, that will be actus reus. But what will be the in a particular corporate crime? So that may be variety of illegal activity in your company. You are doing some illegal or fraudulent activity in the company which you are working. One. Secondly, you are doing fraud, है ना. You are selling the material which is you are saying that my material is a quality material, and you are talking with your customer, you are believing them, you make them understand that your product is best of that all the competitive product, and you are promising them that you are giving a quality product, and you are taking them high money, high financial rupees for particular that thing, but on behalf you are not giving them a sufficient amount, or maybe you are not giving them sufficient product which is not good for them, that maybe they can harm their health, that may be wealthy, मतलब महंगा है तो उनको वैसे भी दिक्कत करेगा. So that may be including as a fraud. Insider trading, I would like to give you example of one of the case study where we go for one security audit. The managing director of particular. Acha, I want to give you one more short one advice, or some moreover information, that in a corporate crime, sometimes not sometimes, more time, the high hierarchy, high leadership hierarchy, they are not aware about this kind of thing. Like the managing director or the CEO is not aware of such activities has been take place in that particular company. So what they used to do, they used to set up their own vigilance or the intelligence kind of department under their particular company. Or if company is not able to do this kind of thing, they used to do, they used to do timely audit, that may be vigilance audit, that we as a research center, sometimes we receive these kind of assignments and we used to do it. So in a one of the assignment, what we identify that that would be a company of product, and managing director tell us that we receive from the customer side that they on a per month they required 5 lakh of that product. They used to do manufacturing of 5 lakh, but when the material, that product goes to the dealers who will going and selling this kind of thing, they only receive 3 lakh. So 2 lakh product is missing. I'm just giving you example. The amount of number is very high, but to make you understand, I'm giving this kind of example. So where that 2 lakh product goes, so one of the assistant manager of their company, what they used to do, they used to when the consignment goes to truck, so they used to take some amount of the material from that, and he used to store in a warehouse of his own. Matlab he has rented one warehouse nearby. So what they used to, we used to take that particular product and used to place in that warehouse, because he's the assistant manager, no one is questioning him. And that's how the whole 2 lakh product he used to take from different assignment in a small part. And when the requirement or the demand of that particular product is raised, he used to sell that product in a high amount of MRP. So that's how the corporate crimes take place. And you need to, as a forensic officer or as a audit officer, you need to identify, you need to track down this kind of activities. That will be your role. Okay, apart from insider trading, that will be bribery, as we have earlier decided. Sometimes tax evasion, that also takes place. And majorly sometimes product safety violation. You are promising your customer, your purchaser, that you are giving high quality, high safety product, but sometimes to receive more gain, you are using cheap quality of material. So that may be harming, or it's you are violating the safety of that particular product, and for it will be impact on the society at large. So that's how all corporate structure or the corporate crime structure has been created, or how it's working. So as we discussed in last or the previous slide, I give you one hint that after completing your degree, that will be one more field where you guys can get your jobs, or maybe that will be scope of your career, that you can consider yourself as a forensic investigator. है ना? You can join the companies who are doing this kind of, you are providing this kind of service to the clients. You can join as a field analyst, investigator, forensic investigator, so this kind of scope you guys have as a forensic student, as a criminology student, as a security management student, security studies student. So there are n number of opportunities are open in the market. This kind of corporate crime detection has whole market itself. There are n number of company who is providing this kind of service to identify a company. They used to do risk assessment, they used to threat analysis, and they used to provide dedicated or comprehensive report to the government, or maybe that particular private company also. We as a JKT Research Center also used to provide this kind of service. So there are many scope as a forensic investigator or the field investigator. So as a when you are appointed, sorry, where you are appointed as a investigator to particular thing, so what you need to do, you need to detect, detect the fraud, how a company is having their risk. मतलब they are the मतलब particular employee is doing this kind of crime or what we can say misleading the company by providing false report to their higher leadership officials. So as a forensic officer, as a field officer, that will be your role to identify, to detect this kind of thing, and to give your report to their higher officer. That will be your company, that would be your role. So how you can detect this kind of fraud? You can analyze their financial records. Every company used to maintain their financial records by providing annual or the uh, quarterly reports. So by analyzing your financial records, you can get some leads. You can either you can study their transactions, their banking transaction. You can interrogate their employees by behavior of that employees. You can identify sometimes it's a criminology, it's a psychology of that particular be employee. So you need to fight on multiple level to identify and to detect that particular crime, because the person who is doing crime or doing crime for more than many years, or is doing in this kind of business, so he will be very smart. To detect this kind of thing, you also need to be a smart investigator. And by having this kind of just thing which I have mentioned, financial records, transaction, employees behavior, sometime internal audit, so by this kind of things you can uncover the irregularities in that particular company, and you can identify some potential frauds, or that may be potential schemes whichever created by those defaulters. Also, you can support enforcement agencies while you, if you have this kind of expertise and you gain some experience after completing some of the internships or short term attachment, you can join police officers and you can also help them. So there are multiple way. Now what kind of evidence you can file? There would be a physical evidence as a bills, the records, the forged reports. You can find digital evidence as a computer, that hard disk. You can find some bank transaction which will be disguised. CCTV footages, fingerprint device, because the major company who have huge number of employees, they used to have that fingerprint machines to take care of the attendance and entry, exit, etc. So that would be the potential evidence which you guys can receive from that particular corporate crime investigation during your investigation. Now what kind of cases that will be? Sometimes if suppose that would be signature fraud, the junior level officer used to forge the signature of senior level officer, and pass the bill, pass the purchase order, etc, etc. So that will be potential case of signature fraud. Sometimes amount adulteration, the fake bills and the invoices, which will be the part of evidence also, and that will be you need to focus upon to identify this kind of fraud. Bank account settlements, sometimes who is smart in the account, they can settle the bank account very well. If the this kind of fraud or the potential fraud is there, but they are smart enough, they can take care of this whole thing. So to identify the smart person, you need to be more smarter. So that will be a very huge task to investigate this kind of corporate crimes. And secondly, as a after investigation, you need to take care of the evidence. You need to analyze the evidence properly, and you need to submit your report that would be comprehensive as well as easy to understand. Sometimes what happens, you create a long report and you use that particular language which will be not deliverable to the officials. So the language, the format of that report needs to be very short, sweet, and very common language. And you need to be take care that all the things which you have identified that needs to be in that particular report. That will be if the good report is there, so that will be considered as a good investigation. So we need to take care of each and everything while investigating this kind of corporate frauds. So we understand that how corporate crimes take place. Now there are various type of corporate crimes, that may be money laundering, that you are doing some illegal practice and making money from that particular practice. That may be criminal, that may be civil fraud, that may be many kind of thing, and you are trying to make that particular which is black money, because you are not obtaining from very good practice. So that black money you are converting that particular money into a very legitimate source, that this kind of activity will be considered as a you are doing money laundering. There are many examples of money laundering. One more, corporate, not corporate, but there is one organized crime. There are certain organized crime, and hawala is one of that particular organized crime. That you are doing a crime in a very fruitful manner, very organized manner. That maybe hawala can be multinational involvement. Sometimes you are doing hawala from India to UK, you are doing from USA something. So that maybe this kind of activity includes multinational involvement. So again, that's why it's saying that corporate crime is very difficult to detect and difficult to investigate, because of that particular multinational involvement. you know the smart theft, the person who is doing is very smart. He's not keeping all the not leaving evidence behind. So these kind of things are there. So that's why corporate crime investigation is a bit difficult. Now counterfeiting, as I we have discussed again in previous slides, that sometimes you produce one product, okay, which is not good for a public purpose, but what you are doing, you are counterfeiting it by doing that fake names or the nearby name. So I've given you example of Bilseri, Biseleri, but original is Bisleri. So these kind of things are like, sometimes you have create fake currency. You are doing counterfeiting. Ultimately you are doing counterfeiting in a documents, that maybe you are making a false mark sheets, false experience certificates, etc, etc. That maybe counterfeiting has very big approach. False insurance claims, sometimes you are spending some money in the premium of your insurance, but at the last you are not able to claim that particular insurance. So what you used to do, तुम खुद से खुद का गलत एक्सीडेंट हुआ है वो बता देते हो to recover that money. Sometimes if they for property, you used to take care of you are doing forge fire in your property to receive that particular so-called insurance amount. So these all type of false insurance claims are there. So I have kept one dedicated lecture for you for insurance claims, so we'll discuss that later on. Corporate fraud, what means? Suppose I am doing some illegal activity, okay, and I need to take care of money, because in the illegal money I am receiving the money in the hard cash. So I need to if I want to use that money, I need to convert into white money. So what I will do, I will create one company, or if the ongoing company, I will invest my money in the cash format, and I will receive my what will be the rate of investment, return of investment in the amount in the what will say in the white money. So that how you are converting your illegal money, which will be not from legitimate source, but you are making it in a legal way. So that's how corporate money investment fraud takes place. One of the best example of white collar crime, if you guys are good movie watcher, so you guys are aware about Hera Fairy, Fir Hera Fairy movie, and the Anuradha who is from Lakshmi Cheat Fund. Okay, so cheat fund is one of the type of corporate crime. Okay, so why I have taken this example to make you understand that in a white collar crime there are some of the factor which make it white collar money. One is committed by individuals in having a position of trust. So what happened in the Lakshmi Cheat Fund? Anuradha, who is the Bipasha Basu, he takes money from the Akshay Kumar, Paresh Rawal and Sunil Shetty by giving them trust that in upcoming 21 days I will make your money double. Okay, 21 दिन में पैसा double. So now she has created this scheme. Okay, now though by having trust on that particular person, Anuradha, these three guys spent their 50 lakhs rupees to make it double. Okay, so what happens? That will be non-violent offense. Okay, that will be no violence. That will be a only having a verbal discussion that भाई आप दे दो मुझे पैसे 21 दिन में हम लोग पैसा डबल करके दे देंगे. So there will be no violence is there, no involvement of deceit. There will be no deceit. अच्छे से मनाया समझाया आपका उनके ऊपर ट्रस्ट बना and you have invested your 50 lakhs rupees. And this kind of fraud to obtain money or property has been take place, that will be considered as a white collar crime. Okay, so that will be the main the trust is the one of the thing behind the white collar crime. So white collar crime majorly can be committed by the individuals or maybe organization. So in this particular picture you can find that crime has been taken by Anuradha as well as Lakshmi Cheat Fund also. See, both person as a company that is forged, that is fake, and as a person she also does the same thing. Okay, now it's difficult to detect because the complex operation is there. Now she was in that particular building. Okay, so now you are not able to identify her where is he, where is her other staff, and it's a very complex thing, complex investigation. Always white collar crimes will be often financially motivated because the motive behind this particular white collar crime is to obtain money or the property, so it will be financial in the nature. So again this Lakshmi Cheat Fund will be the best example to understand the corporate crime or the white collar crime. Both means are the simple. Now, when we understand that what is corporate crime, we have understand how it will take place, what are the purpose, what are the method of detection, method of investigation, what will be your role. Now, let's understand some key example of corporate crimes. We'll understand it by two ways. One will be the international, second will be the national. One will be the Enron scandal that took place on 2001. Some of you will be not born that time, but that is the very big kind of scandal ever. So Enron scandal was a serious accounting fraud, will be considered as a corporate misconduct linked to bankruptcy of the whole company. Majorly that Enron company company of energy, they used to produce energy, and just because of some of the employees of there, they used to do this kind of corporate crimes. That company went to the bankruptcy level. The bank, one of the biggest accounting fraud was this particular Enron scandal. And that ultimately that particular company used to shut down. So that will be the result of that particular crime. Second one, Volkswagen emission scandal. It will be takes place in 2015. The Volkswagen emission scandal, it's also known as the emission scandal, begins in September 2015, and the USA Environmental Protection Agency issued a notice to the Volkswagen emission that they are violating that their cars, or that particularly the making of that particular procedure of that production is violating the Environmental Protection Act. In that particular Clean Air Act, the company received several notice, and at large they were given huge number of fines and all. So again, it's a kind of environmental law of the corporate crime. है ना? Now let's understand what kind of Indian major fraud has been take place in the India level, at the national level. Now if we want to discuss the crimes, the major crimes of the corporate nature takes place in India. So Satyam scandal of the 2009, what will be the first in the number? What happened that there will be the IT company called Satyam Computer Service. They have massive fraud in that particular financial statement, in their account, revenue, profit, and by this fraudulent practice of doing forgery or the adulteration in their account, it will be the first or the biggest corporate front in that particular our Indian history. This case particularly involved the chairman companies, the Satyam Computer Service company chairman B Ramalinga Raju, who will be punished or the charge for manipulating the financial record to deceive that investigators and the stakeholders. What happened, guys, in this kind of big companies? They are having some investors who have invested in that particular company. The company used to have some stakeholders. They have own share market companies, है ना? So the adulteration in this kind of account, that that matters for many persons, many, so this kind of scandals can affect the whole economy at a large. So far has been done by Harshad Mehta, है ना? He used to do fraud with the security company by doing such kind of things. In a very old time, that would be now it's a time of 6G, but still we are using 5G. But when it will be the second generation mobile phone, so in the allocation of 2G mobile phone spectrum license, that will be a major corruption scandal takes place. So this particularly is in the debatable manner that some person says it will be done by government, some says it will be done by corporate the customers and all. So it's again a matter of dispute. But when we are going to understand what is corporate crime. So these are the major example of corporate crimes. So that's all for first module of our lecture series of corporate crimes. Let's summarize the things which in today's module we have gone through the introduction part, the definition what of corporate crimes. We have understand the types of the example of corporate crimes. Later onwards, we gone through the purpose why corporate crimes take place, the impact of corporate crime. We also studied. We also gone through the uh, how the corporate crime committed. So, what are the means? What are the motives? What are the objectives? And how it takes place. So, we also gone through that particular project. Now, we also learned, I also given you some example that how you guys can chip as a forensic investigator, as a criminologist, as a security study student, how you guys can investigate this kind of particular um, things, that particular crimes. So we have, so ultimately, we have identified your roles in a future. After completing this kind of short introduction, you guys can attach to such internships, some short time attachment. You guys can create your own career in this particular field. So one of the that thing we also discussed. We also learned some of the example of money laundering, counterfeiting, how false insurance claims takes place, Also we have understand how corporate investment is also there. We have also learned what is Lakshmi Cheat Fund, how white collar crime is, how Lakshmi Cheat Fund is one of the best example of white collar crimes and the corporate crimes. After that we have learned the scope, how the industry wide issues are different issues, and we also gone through the international and the national examples of the corporate crimes. And at the end we have summarized our today's module. We have learned the cause of corporate crimes, how that particular, there are some cause which makes person to do corporate crimes. Now with this today we are completing our first module where the introduction, scope, nature of corporate crimes are discussed. Now on the today, on the second day, what we'll do, we'll understand the bank frauds, different type of bank frauds, the challenges and the several types of the same. Will in that particular we'll understand how the meanings and the types of fraud, scope of the frauds in the banking sector, electronic and miscellaneous fraud. So that will be the second module of our corporate crime lecture series. So now for you guys, the guys who are not in the format of lecture, and they want to discuss some of the cloud and want to do some question and answer, you can comment down your questions, your queries, and I would love to answer you in a detail. We'll do detailed discussion in our comment section. And please, if you like this kind of lecture series and you want some more lecture series in this particular, so you can advise us then on what topic you guys require this lecture series. We'll also discuss, and we'll also take care of that particular demand of yours. And if you like this kind of lecture series, please like and subscribe, and also share with your student friends who are also, you feel that they can get some help from this kind of lecture series. Thank you guys. Please comment down of your queries. I would like to answer you. Thank you.